Good morning, esteemed ladies and gentlemen. The Solar Jaguar Emperor. Obviously, class is in. All right. Now, let me just start off. A few home truths. It's not for the faint-hearted, as I said. I've brought you here for a reason. The universe, our creator, and with me ancient blood lineage, regency, and I sit as the regent before you guys. The original. Today, it is impossible to deny America and all the Western countries simply doesn't work the way we were told in Schoolhouse Rock. All sides of the political spectrum can acknowledge that the people are not the sole sovereigns of America, acting through their representatives in Congress and in the White House. The people and their wishes are not even the primary difference point for power in our government. Instead, there are groups of people at the highest levels of government, business and culture who operate independently of elections and of the people and the people they serve. Shenanigans and schmozzles. These evil, ugly creatures, monsters and demons, we know. Coming after yous. Coming after you, and we are. We're in that process now. Terrible. You go against the natural flow, because yous are flawed, but you go against the natural flow. This is what happens. Because the natural flow and the natural way of things self-right. They self-right. And this is why I'm sitting here with my 150 generations, father of the father of the father, back to that one paternal father, we come forward and claim what is rightfully ours. Anyways, getting off the beaten track, we'll get back into this. Instead, there are groups of people at the highest levels of government, business and culture who operate independently of elections and of the people. They aren't mentioned in the Constitution. They have their own rules, priorities, interests and sources of power. You won't get much more power than me. I am connected to everything and everything. Here to restore order and punish the ones doing the wrong things. It's simples. How long did you think you'd get away with it? 700 years? Yeah, you have. For 700 years. Distorting facts, deceiving the people, manipulating the people, brainwashing the people. Well, guess what? We've got things now, social media, and it's a big, huge thing. And if you had it back in the 1400s, you wouldn't have even got this far with your deceptions. These are just evil creatures, monsters and demons that are going to get what you deserve with accountability. And our creator, and Mother Earth, Gaia, Goddess Gaia, you're going to get your just desserts. It's as simple as that. That is why I'm here. Because it's way out of hand now. You've pinched things, you steal things. Is a bad, evil badness. It's unimaginable what you have done. And have done. But it's all going to get rectified now, as I said. You want to play around with nature. Nature's the biggest force you can play around with. Don't underestimate Mother Gaia, Goddess Gaia, with her nature and natural abilities and my natural abilities. And you've really, really pissed off our creator now. I'm telling you. Okay, so as I confronted them time and again, I caught them manipulating the national security apparatus. Apparatus is another word. I think there's a song called Sweet Apparatus. Dun, dun. Yeah, it's not a bad song, an old song, but I haven't heard it for a while. As I confronted them time and time again, I caught them manipulating the national security apparatus and failing to put our government's no-fail mission first. As I say, they'd fail mechanisms being pushed in case of emergency. And this is where I've stepped in. I step into the righteousness of the golden, pure light and of truth. Truth. They will not suppress any golden truth. They haven't got the powers to do it. I've got the powers now, granted through the Most High, in His grace and in His favour. And it is all the facts are on the table there. All my cards are on the table. All in black and white now, and in colour if you wish. It's all there. It's all there, and it's all laid out on the table. The pack of cards are there, and they're cards like the domino effect. Because they made words up. I don't know, I just can't help myself because I know the golden truth. And this is what the scorpion does. And they'll be stung. They'll be stung by me tail, trust me. They're caught now. They're caught red-handed. And there'll be justice with a capital J. It's my job. And as my scorpion side keeps unearthing all this hideous badness and evilness, I present it to you guys. As I said, you got to be strong and confront it. And we hold them responsible for what they've done. And they'll be punished. They'll be punished. All right. Failing to put our government's no-fail mission first, a mission to keep the American people safe and secure, the Australian people safe and secure, the English people safe and secure, the French people safe and secure, all over Mother Gaia. Not only that, but they would abuse their power to subvert what the people voted for, twisting reality according to their own purposes and shredding the foundations of our constitutional republic in the process. It's all a charade anyway. It's their facade. They're masks. They put up masks and then control the puppets in any party, Socialist Party, Democracy, Communist, even the Republic of America. You need uncorruptible people in these places. I have them in spades because they followed me through the portal in the Stargate too. All these centuries, because it's timelessness, and I pulse, intent, receptivity, and the cosmic rhythm. It's way out of rhythm now, and the frequency, we've got to put it, the rhythm, well, back into the natural flow. That's why we have natural laws and natural justice. They stole all of that 700 years ago. And out of my name, as you know, Jushaw, J-U-C, then it turns into D-U-C, and then D-U-X, Ducks, Natural Born Leaders. Now, we went under the Duke surname way back over in Devonshire or Devonshire and Castle of Jordan and up there in Ireland and Scots, the Scottish. And we went under the Duke surname Banner from Jushaw. translated to the English side, Duke. They're these evil, dark ones and critters and creatures stole our surname, identity. As I say, they can steal your identity, but they'll never steal that authentic selves, the authenticity side of you, which I have. They'll never replicate that or mimic that. They can only mimic the surname. So they took the surname, created their own peerage, and used that Duke as a title. And there you have it. That's the truth. And I tell you what, if you'd like to know the truth about the word sovereign, it's all been created by these bad, evil critters, creatures, and monsters and demons to control you guys. And they control that not on the authentic side. They're in their bad sides doing the occult and those dark satanic rituals. Not no more, not while I'm sitting here. Much more powers. I've just begun. Yep. Not only that, but they would abuse their power to subvert what the people voted for, twisting reality according to their own purposes and shredding the foundations of our constitutional republic in the process. At first glance, they can seem to be everywhere and now nowhere. So they can be everywhere and nowhere all at the same time. Here we see a politicised investigation, and there we see the absence of a needed and legitimate investigation coupled with failure of oversight, accountability, and even interest from Congress or the press. Remember the yellow journalists? Don't worry, I'm on the yes. Here we see a selective leak of classified information that damages certain political movement or actor, with the establishment media acting in unison, often using the exact same language and phrases to reinforce the deep state's narrative. And you know they control the bad, evil narrative. There we see, as I said, they've infected and infiltrated everything and then hoodwinked the populace. There we see a seemingly coordinated cover-up where the truth seems to always remain hidden. Not no more. Scorpions here now. The dark hidden truths will be exposed and they'll be deposed or even blocked from dissemination by big tech. Taken into isolation, every little event is able to be explained away. It was a bad apple, it was an oversight, it was a single abuse of authority. But taken together, a picture emerges of a coordinated ideology, rigid force independent from the people that manipulates the levers of politics and justice for its own gain and self-preservation. This group is the deep state. It is worthwhile to be very clear who we're talking about because the deep state likes to operate in the shadows using arcane bureaucracy. What's that? Opaque legal minutia. Hidden levers of power and insider infiltrated political gamemanship largely unfamiliar to the American public or general public, in general, all of us. It is easy to believe that the deep state has more power than it really does. But the deep state is not some highly organised international league with regular meetings at Davos, the UN or the WHO, where they plot global domination, nor is it limited to single bad officers or bad actors within the vast federal government who make wrong decisions that undermine the public trust. Really, the deep state is a politicalisation of core institutions and the federal governmental apparatus by a significant number of high-level cultural leaders and officials who, acting through networks, disregard objectivity, weaponize the law. They weaponize everything. That's why they created that word sovereign and stole Duke and Baron. They created Baron. Baron was one of our warriors way back. That was the word. That's what it was word for. And they stole that too, Baron. Okay, high-level cultures and officials who, acting through networks, and that dark web, evil dark web, weaponize the law, spread disinformation, spurn fairness, and even violate their oaths of office for political and personal gain, all at the expense of equal justice and national security in the American, Australian, English and French ways, and the other countries. Planet Earth in general. Shenanigans, schmozzles, and they'll be severely dealt with. Don't you worry about that. Justice with a capital J, and it comes natural law. Because it's all naturally righting itself through our natural authenticity. Disgraceful, disgusting, degenerates, and way dishonourable. Okay, of office for political and personal gain, all at the expense of equal justice and national security. Within the government, they operate at the highest levels of almost every agency, from the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, to the intelligence community, to the Department of Defence, DoD. In many ways, this bureaucratic wing of the deep state is the most dangerous. Okay, so they're all in intelligence agencies, the military. As I said, they've infiltrated everything. Infiltrated us Masons. But they're only speculative Masons. We're operational Masons. This is what's happened. You want to infiltrate and do these dark, shouldn't say the dark because light and dark, but these evil atrocities to humanity, you're going to be pulled up and held accountable for that actions, and you're going to be punished severely. In many ways, this bureaucratic wing of the deep state is the most dangerous. The existence of an independent, unelected, politicised bureaucracy is not new. It has been operating and growing within our government for decades, eons. Because I know, because I'm in the now and the knowing and the present. The regent is here to take that authority back. Well, it's just there. It's been there all the time. It's just no longer hidden. As I said, everything that has been hidden, that is good and bad, shall come to light. It has been operating and growing within our governments for eons, decades. President Eisenhower warned, he must have been a good guy, President Eisenhower warned about it when he spoke of an immense military establishment and a large arms industry that is new in the American experience, which he dubbed the military-industrial complex. Eisenhower warned in his farewell address that in the councils of government we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence by the military-industrial complex. The potential for the disastrous rise and misplaced power exists and will persist until this point of now and present, because I am here. Trust in the process. And it's happening big time, as I said. Forgery, fakeness, fiction, manipulation, brainwashing. This has all been happening for the last 700 odd years now, approximately. So all your ancestors have been corrupted with this corruption. Evil corruption. You've been roped They put the lasso around you and roped you guys into their devil's playground, isn't it? It's a devil's playground. Just to put it bluntly, as I said, you've got to be strong. And it's not for the faint-hearted. And as I said, once you lift yourself up in the higher frequencies and the higher vibrations, this ugliness, well, what do we call it? It's just bad evilness. They're playing around in the devil's playground, probably perhaps without even Lucifer even being aware. Well, he's aware of it now, because that's why he's come up here to collect his evil contracts that this badness has signed. And it's all going to right itself naturally, and just have that belief in the natural process of all things. And I'm here to write it and do the Creator's work down here as an architect. To put it all back, well, destroy it first. We've got to destroy all these bad, evil creatures, monsters and demons, and break up their occults, break up those caverns or covens. Not too sure, because I don't mess around with that kind of stuff. I only mess around with the goodness and the light, and with my ancestral spirits flowing in and telling me, well, communicating with me on what to do and how to write it. And with the Most High flowing in, archangels, as I said, I am that connection, that conduit between heaven and earth, and the galaxies and the universe and the celestials and the terrestrial. Much flowing into me. But it's for the greater good, Now, the telluric forces. Now, Telluric. Now, through the ages, it might have been spelt differently. Okay, but that's how it's come to me, and that's how it comes to you guys. Or the positive emanations from the goddess Earth, Gaia. Okay, telluric forces or positive emanations from the goddess Earth and the Sun. Now, the Wulfra, which is Woivre, as I said, changes through time, transformations. It's transformations, transformational times, timelessness, pulse, intent, receptivity. The Wulfra, the Celtic and Gaelic force of Mother Earth. Okay, so that is what my natural abilities are, to connect with all that and communicate with all what I just read out to you guys, because that's what I do. And it's all good. It's all for the greater good. As you can see, it's way out of whack. So we align. Everything gets aligned naturally again. And that is why I am here in the now and present, to correct the natural flow, forces, energy, how it should be flowing. Can't go upstream if it's flowing downstream, can you? As I said, you go against the flow, you're just going to drown and crash and burn. Going to do a nice, lovely card reading now, but as I said, you think I don't get annoyed and frustrated with everything? But I control it. I control those emotions. It's all emotions. And center, balance, and grounding yourself, and accepting it. Accepting the authenticity of everything. what they're giving you is all broken now. It's all broken. They got nothing. All they can do is break more things for you and make your life more like hell. And you're getting there's so much injustice out there. And this is what I'm here for, the natural flow, being the regent of the Regency bloodline lineage. And 4-T, the sanctuary, pursuit, truth. Silence. Silence. You big breath in and breathe out and hold it for 10 seconds. Okie dokie, as we move on with some fresh energy. Rang that bell, yes, I did. Now, I'll just recap the energy of the sun, the conscious mind and the ego. Mercury, communication and mentality. Venus, love and pleasure. Moon, feelings and instincts. Mars, actions and energy. Jupiter, expansion and prosperity. Saturn, responsibility and discipline. Uranus, rebellious and revolution. Revolution from Uranus. Neptune, ideals and intuition. And Pluto, regeneration and transformation. Now I'll just go through my planets I gain. Me master planets, I guess, and me master alignment and mastery with all that energy. Pluto, regeneration and transformation. And your restoration. We're in that process now. Restoring everything in the correct natural alignment. Neptune, remember Neptune, ideals and intuition, and that's your communication too. Now Pluto, Jupiter, expansion, prosperity and exploration and technology. The sun, your conscious mind, you've got to be conscious of everything you do. Okay, in the collective consciousness to the wholeness, oneness and source. Okay, so that helps heapsly. And why? I sit before you because I'm capable of big things happening with the master number, master builder 2222, because it's the greatest mass awakening, unstoppable, inevitable, irreversible, unavoidable. Masses awake. Okay, so let's go into the Angel Oracle number card reading. This scum, the scum in that materialistic state of bad, evilness, and the bad, and the worst thing they're doing is trying to control you guys where they have no right to do that because you're own authentic selves. And that birth certificate's a part of it too because they think they can control you. And corporations and selling your birth certificate to, well, who knows what. I haven't got that far yet. But it's all I know. We're going in the right natural direction because we keep it all naturally aligned with heaven, the galaxies, the universe, and let it all flow in. Ground yourself to Mother Gaia, planet Earth as we know it, and we go back to our ground roots of civilization. This is obviously the bad, evil empire is crumbling as we speak, and we've got to build another empire by the ground up and just put fail-safe mechanisms in there that this is never going to happen again, because they put you in cages. These bad, evil critters, creatures, monsters and demons have put you in cages that you can't see. We take you out of that cage, or we... what do you think they put the chains and balls on us and that for? Anything you did, you looked the wrong way, you were arrested and shipped over here. Now, through my lineage, come on, guys. You're intelligent enough out there to work that out now. Yes, they shipped us over to Australia, but Australia's got the 12 earth chakras out here. And that's what I would say. There's a lot more to Ayers Rock, Uluru, as the indigenous. All right. As the indigenous decent folks call it. 12 earth chakras. And that's what I say, align up with your chakras. There's a lot more to do those chakras too. Everything's infinity, because as I say, and I'll let you guys know, energy never stops. It changes, it transforms. And we're in that transitional transformation stage. And I'm here to do that for you guys. With that unconditional divine love. It's great timelessness that we're living it. We're living it now and present. Using the powers that be. The golden light powers that be. None of this, as I say, that fiction stuff. We're in the factual side. Get out of that. You couldn't even write a book on what these bad, evil critters, creatures, monsters and demons have been doing in the last 700 years, and I don't even know how they got away with it. Well, that's what I'm saying, because of our expansion and exploration and technology. It brings me into the light, doesn't it, as a beacon of light, a beacon of hope, faith, love, and charity. And then I get to chastise this bad evilness and hold them accountable on the evilness they've been doing. And that's how it all works. And that's just being honest. Honesty goes a long way. Okay. Intuition, using your intuition. Moderation, patience, flow, clarity, joy, movement, self-realization. Self-realization. Taking action, unconditional love. Unconditional divine love. Time to implement long-cherished ideas. You're on the right track toward making your dreams and your visions a reality, our realms, our connections, our collective consciousness. The right people, circumstances and resources are being sent your way. Yee-haw! Happiness and new opportunities are at hand. Trust in the process. Trust in the process. Trust in the process. And then we had the 2222. Alignment. The natural alignment. And don't go mucking around with Mother Goddess Gaia, because you know nature is a big force in itself also. And keep doing the right things and you'll make our Creator happy. You'll be happy. Corrections, friendships, romantic relationships, family ties, balance, life choices, compromise, commitment, trust, How do you move forward toward your life's true calling? Do what makes you happy. Your enthusiasm is what keeps you going. Follow your interest if it's piqued, is it? Piqued or piqued by something. Piqued. By something. Following these routes will help you discover your life's purpose. Boom, boom. 0330, lucky shirt. A lucky shirt. Love, peace, hope and optimism, transferring responsibility to others. And this is what I'm doing. I have full responsibility, but I share. And as you know, I share things out there. I'm sharing responsibility over to you guys to act in the correct way, go with the natural flow of things, and report all your bad, evil colleagues doing the wrong things. Pursue your goals and get what you want. It will provide wonderful benefits for you and the people you hold dear. Your ability to communicate is improving at this time, which will make it easier for you to interact with a broad spectrum of individuals. It's happening big time. Timelessness. 1551. Hold your vision. Visionary. And 11. Illuminating the correct paths for your journey to follow. If you wish. I had a choice, you get a choice. Just choose wisely and careful what you wish for. Focus on the good and maintain your concentration on the outcomes you desire. It's time to put your faith and time into your ideas and pursue your goals with all your might, as I do. You have such a beautiful, courageous and brave spirit. No, not only I, you guys have it too. You don't have to look for it because it's already there. You've just got to bring it out in your higher selves, as I have. And accept. Go with the flow. Acknowledge it and embrace it. And use your own powers for the greater good. You just know how it works. You're just starting to click on. Yeah. Clickety click goes the shears. Yes, with the sheep. Just talking about the sun, weren't we? The sun, part of your conscience and your ego. Keep it all in check, decent folks. Decent folks, keep it all in check. And that's for you to keep your health and healing in the process. Healing. All about healing. Have to heal. And it's a big healing process because you've got 7 centuries with these, on this side, remember, in that materialistic state, in that fiction, falsehood, fakeness, synthetic, and then with their evilness, with their evil judiciary, putting evil things in their books for you to abide by. Not no more. I dispel all that stuff, all that evilness, under the powers and my powers that be, and by my command. And you no longer either go under that evil, dark, whatever you call it, no longer obey to their evilness. And if you feel trapped, you're going to have to get out of it the best way you can. As I say, go to your higher selves. And if you're in that occult and they threw out the lasso and roped you in, get out of it the best way you can and report it. I'm going to have to set up reporting stations where it's uncorruptible executives that run that departments, because this is way out of hand, and we have to all work in together and rally around together to sort it all out. And as your chief and leader, yes, I can do this with my powers that be. Not a problem. We've done it. And as I said, for 150 generations back, father of the father of the father of the father, back to that one paternal father, and to have me sin before you, to wait for another one is a 1 in trillions and trillions percentage. That just puts that in perspective. But I'm now and present, help and assist and support. Not about me, it's about everyone and everybody out there caught up and roped in all together by this bad evilness at play. Time to get out of it, and of course we're going to have strength again, aren't we? Strength again. Big strength. Harness in and pull in all those energies and use them for the greater good, and share with the decent folks. Don't go sharing with these bad, evil creatures, critters, monsters and demons. And get out of that scene. Get out of that scene. Because you'll be roped in by association. And a lot of people don't even know what's going on. They're just going with it because they're caught up with it. Because they weren't aware of it. So the more people watch me, my channel, myself, with authenticity, will start catching on and going, oh, wow. How's this been happening? Exactly what I said until I woke up. And I woke up and I came to my realisation on what I can actually do. And I can do a lot. And it's been a 30-year process for me. And I've trusted in the process, all that timelessness. It's all timelessness. And it's like, yeah, wow. I was going wow, left, right and centre. But the thing is, I was accepting it all. I accepted it all. No matter what somebody or some person or something came up and told me, or wherever I got my information from, I accepted it. I accepted it as the truth until I investigated it and researched it. And I just came to my conclusions. You come to your own conclusions when you investigate things. And you come to the golden truth of it. Or if they're telling you bull dust, well, you go back to where you got that source from and you correct them. And you interrogate them and see where they got their information from. It's all about justice with a capital J. Yep. What do we have? Temperaments. That's a nice one to have, isn't it? And with the strength and the sun. Just looking at the time shift or the time stamp. The time stamp in this badness, evil critters, creatures, monsters and demons, what they put upon you. Time was another capture. But not for much longer, because we're in the timelessness. And I sit before you in my rightful, natural or authenticity, spot, place, point, matter, now, present. Doing me job. The 9 of Pentacles. Oh, we got one more card, Nine of Pentacles, so we'll just get up here. Oh, 11:33, 11:33 a.m., 25th of the 4th, 2026. Timestamp it. 11:33. 11. Destiny number. 33. Maturity number. Master teacher. For humanity. King of Wands. All right, quickly. Yes, sorry, anything resonating with you? Any question? Resounding yes. This is Solar Jaguar Emperor speaking the golden truth. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. And all of the above. As above, so below. It's great. Great, 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 great. We're living it and loving it. The divine intervention and the divine timing. Loving it. Happiness and joy in a short period of time. Timelessness. The sun. Look at this. Yee-haw. Happy, happy, happy. And those in Australia used to say, happy little Vegemites you are. The sun represents vitality, enthusiasm, energy with a bright vision. Bright, bright vision. The golden light. The golden light. And the help of noble people. True nobility. The golden light nobility. The direct. We go back to the direct source. It's about courage and the act of facing your own fears. Remember, strength. I read this the other day. Strength. We keep getting the strength card in. So we're getting stronger and stronger and stronger until we get to the strongest of our abilities. And it's very, very close. Very, very close. Because this material state over here is all crumbling about you because you're just seeing now with your own eyes. And you say what you see. Speech creates. Receptivity. Intent. Pulse. And let it flow. The natural flow. Natural flow energy. Strength is endlessly fascinating, and women can represent strength, resilience, and strength from the heart, the chakra heart. Overcoming difficulties with willpower and bold action. Bold words, bold action. Temperaments. Just at a turning point, some state needs to change. Some state, material state over here is changing and it will be gone. Behold, it is begone. Because I'm capable of big, 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 big things happening in the transformation. The temperance refers to the soul and is usually associated with communication and coordination. The water of wisdom in a bottle is a dynamic, good detachment, and it also represents hope and commitment. Scorpio is a water sign. That's why I say don't go against the flow because you'll drown. And when you got the loyalty of a Scorpio, never ends. Never ends. And once you have the protection and the love of a Scorpio, same. Never ends. Okay, so the temperance refers to the soul, throat chakra. It's usually associated with communication and coordination. Okay, pairing up together, getting groups, big groups, one big happy family. There's a few members of the family a bit out of line. They've strayed gone astray from the flock, but they'll be held accountable for their evil badness that they've done. The Nine of Pentacles suggests success, confidence, sufficient financial security, self-sufficiency, financial freedom, and financial independence. The free man. And then we get on to the King of Wands. Sorry, the chakras. That's the third eye chakra. Oh, wow. Wow. Solar plexus chakra. We've got 3, the sun, the strength, and temperaments. All solar plexus chakras. Wow. And then the one up, the Nine of Pentacles, comes from your sacral. And then your third eye. Third eye. Yes. 5 yeses. Lead the development of the whole thing. Lead the development of the whole thing. King of Wands. With the wand. The King of Wands is steady and magnanimous. Oh, there's that word. With great power of action, determination and ability, holy attitude, honesty and conscience. Great card. Behold, and embrace, and accept, and acknowledge. And we shall be on our ways. We start flipping the pages in our chapters, in our journey. That's a great journey. And what, as I say, as this materialistic fakeness, fiction, synthetic, yuckiness, it's just yuckiness over there in that state. It'll be gone. And you'll be let out of your cages and you'll be free once again. And how naturally it's supposed to work. Intent, pulse, receptivity. And rhythm. It's getting in the rhythm with everything like it should be. That is why I am here. To write it back into righteousness and doing the right things. All right, Egyptian cards. What do we have? Fruitfulness. Okay. Go forward, multiply, be fruitful. One big happy family. Just a few have gone astray from what? Well, for their greed, jealousy, money. The root of all evil if you don't know how to control oneself. And they couldn't control themselves, and they decided to skip over to the evilness. The root of all evil, and they caved to the devil's temptation. Not all, but some, and that some use their dark satanic rituals in their occult to put yous in cages and to control yous and manipulate yous and just treat you like slaves. They enslaved you, and they took all your wealth. They extracted all the wealth from you guys and kept it all to themselves. That's what I said. They're just evilness. The evils of wealth. They call them elites because they're not. Elites do honourable things. They have integrity. They have honour, as I just said. Honour, integrity, and hope and faith and charity. Okay? And this is what they hijacked. They hijacked a whole lot of it and they created their own evil state. Perseverance, we had that yesterday, so it's everything's multiplying, and we're getting stronger and stronger and stronger, day, sunrise and sunset, and as I prowl the earth of a night time, because that's where this evilness hides out, in the darkness and of the night, I use me Jaguar powers to hunt it down, these predators. I hunt it down, and with me Scorpion and me Dragon connection to Mother Gaia, see how it's all connected and it's all in play now? And as I said, these signs and symbols and synchronicities, it's all going to start quadrupling. Simultaneously. Why? It's the greatest mass awakening. Unstoppable, unavoidable, inavoidable. That's a new one. Inevitable, irreversible, and unavoidable. Get with the program. Get on the right track. Think. Critical thinking. Clarity, coherence. And have I stated and put the facts on the table that we're here to fight against the bad, the evil and the ugly, critters, creatures, monsters and demons. And to those ones doing their satanic, dark rituals, summoning demonic practices, invoking the demons, has to stop. And I command it to stop. And anyone that goes against my command, well, that's out of my control, because that's why you have divine intervention. Protection. Creation again. Creation. And wisdom. It's all there before you, okay? Fruitfulness. It's all good. It's all good. Because you got perseverance. And with wisdom, we have creation, archetype of the architect to create a new earth. The Solar Jaguar Emperor, building a new empire from scratch, from the foundations up again. And it's all beautiful. And what's on the bottom? Union and power. Union and power. And what's on the bottom of the Oracle cards? 1919. Cycles. Karma. Judgment. Influence. Power. Cycles. Changes. Rebirth. Karma will be paying them a visit. Release the need to control, because you cannot force things. We don't force things. It's just our sheer presence and going with the natural flow of everything. Learn your lessons so that you don't repeat in the future. Make some place for new experiences. And as I said, there's ones there that don't even know what they're doing, because they're just answering to higher, dark, evil, bad forces at play. And as I said, they just get roped into it. But that's me being the regent of the ancient Regency bloodline, is here to restore everything and everyone and everybody into the natural flow of events, the natural laws and their epic events. And why? Because I am capable of big things happening. Now it's the timelessness, receptivity, pulse, intent, silence. That's enough. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, amen. Take care, stay safe out there. Tune into everything. Tune into your higher vibrations and transformations and your frequencies. Go with the transformation. Energy never stops. Infinity for all eternity. 4-T. Sanctuary. Pursuit. Truth. And following the golden path, isn't it? Golden path of enlightenment. Bye for now.